Hello girly puffs, happy Spooktober with Sav. Today I'm going to show you how I go from this bare face to this fabulous full face of makeup. I'm so happy to have you here. Today we're going to be showing you how I accomplish this gorgeous golden, bronzed, orange, slightly hint of pink. Stick around to see how we accomplish it. First thing first, I'm the realist, like Iggy Azalea said. Anywho, you've got to start off with your hair. You do have to pull it up if you're a blonde, but if you're like me and you have bangs, you can totally skip your entire forehead. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you a full face, so I will show you how I do my forehead and set it with the bangs. Now, if there's wind,
bangs arch nemesis,
you will see your forehead, so this is handy, but you can also save tons of makeup and skip it. If you have dark hair, just use a headband or a clip or something. Now, it's only the middle of October and I'm already so freaking pale. These are my It Cosmetics CC creams. Now, if you've heard me rave and go crazy about them, it's because they're the best things on earth. I'm using them basically as a foundation, but I'm keeping in mind that they are a tiny bit too dark, and I'm gonna have to mix this freaking e.l.f. CC camo that you saw me get. e.l.f. really does have the super light colors down. I do need to get some more winter colors, so I'm just kind of mixing what I have here to make work. And you can see it works out. I use the darkest one towards where the sun would kiss me, so like a bronzy contour area. The base ones to fill in the center, and then the super light one in the highlight points. Just keep following along and I'll explain as we go. Now, you can use your hands. You can use a pawpaw sponge. I get them in a package from Amazon. I'll use them for my powders. They're the best when they're wet though. So if you have any type of sponge, besides those little wedge cosmetic sponges, anything that's bouncy sponge, make sure to wet it and squeegee all the extra water out. This way, you're blending the product around, but the sponge is not absorbing any extra product you have. I like to use my fingers after the brush so that I can rub it and really make sure there's no thick spots, no harsh lines, and that it's all blended outwards. I don't want there to be a perfect line right from my chin down to my neck, so I blend it down the neck to wherever the line of your shirt is. If you're wearing your hair up, you can do the back of your neck, you can do the behind your ears, you can do everywhere, but I do like to keep in mind, make sure to wash that off good. If you're putting it all over your neck and your ears, you have to wash that. When you wash your makeup off every single time you apply it, wash it off. While running the makeup down does help it match, you need it to match your hands. So sometimes I'll hold my hands up and make sure I'm not doing too dark. This is just me. If you want your face to be orange and your other parts to be white, that's totally fine. One thing about makeup though, I have a big drawer where I try and keep it all organized, and like I'll wipe it off with alcohol wipes when it does get messy, but it does get messy in there and I do lose things. I might not do everything in the exact same order every single time. I do maybe also have like some ADHD or something going on. I don't know. My eyebrow pencil went to Gort's house in Halloween Town because where did it disappear to? Oh, there it is. Okay. I like to start off with my creams and then end with my powders because it's less cakey and it just creates a more natural finish. You don't need to cover everything up and create a whole new face. You're just trying to enhance your natural features here. I have some red spots or some dark under eyes, so I am using the CC cream as a full base because of the sunscreen. If you're not using a CC cream and you just have something else, Elta MD makes a really good face sunscreen that's awesome for my sensitive skin. The only time you're going to want to put creams over powders is if you are covering one of those exact spots, so an acne spot or something like that. For our eyebrows, I like to do this because I think it structures my whole face. So even if I wasn't doing a full face of makeup, I'm always going to be filling in my eyebrows. It looks here like I'm doing big long strokes. It's just because I'm on 2x speed. So create little tiny hair-like strokes to fill it in, and you can see me pointing. This is where the arch should be, this is where the tail should be, and this is where the center should be. One thing with makeup is the more you do your makeup, the better it's going to get. I love Nude Sticks. They make lovely eyes, but they make lip and cheeks. I just really love them. They're jumbo pencils. Got product in the whole thing. You just keep sharpening it. Bing, bing, bing. I love the Ulta Beauty sharpener. It is so inexpensive, but it's got a chubby and a stain. You're going to practice, okay, I like my eyebrow a little bit darker today. I like it a little lighter. And the days you really like it, maybe make yourself a little video diary and say, today I did this, so that you can repeat it tomorrow. Or write it down. It broke, okay? But where did that go? I don't want to make a mess. It like came off in a cap at the top of it. I'm not gonna lie, I probably have had this one for like 6 years though, so I don't, is it expired maybe? Don't tell me. I love this thing. And plus, since you're sharpening it, I don't know, you can clean it with alcohol wipes too. Much better. Oh yeah, that feels better too. It was kind of dry on this eye. The one part about makeup is all of our faces are a bit differently, right? So I'm just trying to give you my base techniques. I like to just kind of see what I would look like finished. I get the important parts done first, and then I just slowly add as I go. As long as it ends up looking good, the end result is what's important. So just keep following along and keep going. I start off with a cream shadow because I think it's a nice, perfect layer and a start, and then your eyeshadow doesn't really fade off anywhere. My very favorite concealer of all time that I never ever have heard anyone else talk about, and I don't understand why, It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. Yes, it is supposed to be an under eye concealer. However, for acne, you know how you can have a dry spot that's healing or the world's brightest, reddest spot? This will cover it all. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, which lip stain should we go? We go with this one today. This is the beautiful OG lip tint. And I was telling you earlier, sometimes I forget. Oops, I forgot to do lip liner first. So you just start off with the base, add the lip liner afterwards. It's gonna end up with the same result. Later on, I am gonna even go back in with one more layer of the lip stain after everything, because this will get my lipstick to last literally for 12 hours, maybe 14, maybe 16. It is long lasting, which is what I love. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner. I really love it. Now with some makeup, I have noticed, yes, I've tried like Makeup by Mario. Certain products are way better quality, which just sometimes means the lasting powder or the way your sensitive skin is gonna react. But some of makeup is purely just your technique, my loves. So practicing, okay, I didn't like how I gave myself a dark under eye, so you're gonna try and clean it up and you're gonna try and change it the next day and not do something. Something people are afraid of a lot is an under eye eyeshadow, but I think as long as you play with your natural shadows, it's perfect. So you can see me here going in with a deeper orange tone. I'm just trying to create a little bit of an enhancement, a longer, bulgier, winged eye, okay? So I'm cleaning up under the brow, and just in that crease where I want it to be darker, deeper, and kind of draw the eye, you can see me connecting it with the tail end and then even going underneath, because I'm trying to create like Tim Burton, like big bulgy eyes. I naturally have those under eyes that are dark, so I do have that depth. So once I've covered them up with concealer, you could leave it. You could just have that fresh face look. But for me, I think adding a little bit of color under the eye kind of makes me feel alive again. I don't think makeup should just be to create one flat canvas. If you go and you look at someone's face, it's insane. They have greens, yellows, obviously, but they have purples. They have all sorts of colors in their face. You don't want to remove all that color, okay? Something with eyeshadow that I find really fun is that you can add crazy, outrageous colors, but it just looks gorgeous and natural and beautiful. And especially those of you with brown eyes, you have to try gorgeous eye looks. We know it looks good on the blues and the greens and all that. Okay, we've seen it. The brown-eyed girlies, you guys have this advantage you're not using. You can create so many different looks with those dark, sultry eyes, and then you can create light eyes. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Anyways, back to the coverage, okay? So here I decided, all right, I'm feeling like my face was a little too dark. So I did go in with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I'm just using up what I have, okay? I'm not going to be paying e.l.f. any more money, but this is what I had. And I'm brightening it up because I just felt like the high points of my face were kind of mudding down. So I wanted them to be structured again. This is called a contour bronzer. I'm not going to be doing a bronzer or contour. I'm just going to be mixing this one today because it isn't super ashy and cool tone like a contour would be, like a shadow. It is still kind of warm and bronzy. Everyone's face is different. You're going to contour for your face shape. So that's totally changing depending on your nose and your cheeks, but everyone can create some sort of a 3, okay? Now the 3 is your forehead. Do you have the world's smallest forehead? Do you not? Obviously don't contour then. Duh. Do you have the perfect cheekbone? I don't know. If you don't want to do something, skip it, okay? This is the freaking bean soup. Anyways, jawline is the one that I want you to be careful of. All of these contours, you're going to create a line, blend it out, and then soften the edges. So it's going to be creating like a shadow. You're trying to create a line, but you never want someone to look at you and see a brown streak. Like who streaked that poop on her face, you know? So you do need to blend it out. That's why I like to go back in with my Tarte brush that has my like CC cream foundation, whatever you want to call it, and it'll just blend it down my neck. I do like to do the jawline just for like a nice harsh look, but I like to blend it in because no one wants harsh lines. This is the Sassy and Chic Dollar Tree eyelash curler. It's my very favorite thing on earth. I just make sure there's no product and my eyelashes are dry and the pad is nice and solid before I clamp them and then curl them. Even in these eyeshadows, you can see me going back in, adding some highlights because I just felt too harsh. I want you to kind of see the inner corners pop, the center under my eyebrow, and the center of my lid. If you use a brush for powders, never use it for creams, and vice versa. The powder brush will get disgusting and it won't apply your makeup right. Having clean brushes also completely changes the way your makeup applies. Imagine building a house without tools. It's a little different and a little bit harder. So obviously makeup is going to be easier if you have brushes and tools. Now I'm going back in with a fluffier brush, and instead of that super dark orange, I'm doing like a light peachy orange to kind of blend them and blend them out. Trying to create a beautiful enhancement of your face, but you're not trying to draw literal lines, unless you are like drawing an eyeliner or something, a line. Here we are going in with a kind of a line. It's a secret blushing line. Ooh, this is the Dollar Tree palette. I have been obsessed with it. It's a Pretty in Pinks. It's so good. It has such good color. Yes, it's fine for powder blush, but I love cream blushes. You'll see later. If you want pink eyeshadows, this is so good. I love it. It's like reflective. There's darks, lights, and you can see it doesn't add too much color. Now, if you don't have any eyeshadows, that's totally fine. When I'm in a hurry, I skip the eyeshadow, I skip everything. I do my CC cream, a concealer, a bronzer, a blush, and mascara. Obviously, my eyebrows always. You can put the bronzer and the blush in your eyelids to create like a natural eyeshadow. That just looks gorgeous on its own because it's like you have a sunburned or a bronzed eyelid. This is a full face of makeup I'm showing you how I do. See, we go back in with the Benetint because I had that highlighter and I didn't want the lines to be murky. You do want your lip lines to be sliced and sharp and harsh. Same with your eyebrows. You kind of want them sliced and harsh, but you don't want straight up blocks on your face, right? You're trying to still have your face look soft and like you. So when you have hard lines, nature just doesn't have a lot of straight lines if you think about it. Everything's got curves, or nothing's naturally perfectly straight, is it? I don't know. You tell me if you can think of one thing, because I cannot think of one thing in nature that's perfectly straight. Trees don't even grow straight. Anyways, now on to blush. This is the Essence Baby Got Blush Stick. I showed you guys the wand and the stick. The stick has easily become my favorite in my Essence video. I love the way this looks. I could just stop here. The texture is like a soft, creamy, better than skin look, but it seriously looks like you've been out in the Cayman Islands just having a gorgeous day. You had sunscreen, but you still got hot and sun-kissed, and you had a little margarita or something. I don't know. It's gorgeous. I love it. Then I decided, I love blush. Let's try mixing them. So I went in with like a little bit of a deeper purpley because October, ooh, spooky. And my shirt's purple. I just thought it would be cute. Purples and pinks. Try and match your blushes to whatever colors you're doing on your eyes. So if you're doing like an orangier eye look, you could do like an orangier blush, or complementary colors at least. Try not to do like, I don't want to tell you what to do, but like if you did like a red eye and an orange cheek, that might look a little weird. Maybe meet in the middle on the cheek. Now for my favorite powder of all time. I think I've had this for 4 years. This is the Laura Mercier powder. A little goes a long way, but it blurs your face. All other powders, I have super dry skin. I didn't tell you this, so this is probably why I love setting powders. I also love setting sprays. When it's dry out and you aren't going to be moving a lot or anything, I will just finish with a setting spray and call it a day. There's this L'Oreal Infallible one that's like hairspray for the face. You don't even need powder. But I had a long day ahead of me. I didn't want any creasing under the eyes. I'm going to be putting glasses on my nose, and I wanted certain my acne spots to kind of stay covered if I accidentally wiped them. So I covered it with my Laura Mercier powder. You just use the Pawpaw sponge, put it in the lid, and a tiny spit goes a long way. If it does get too powdery, spray a wet, like dewy setting spray on top of it, but I've really never had this get too powdery. Like every other powder I've ever used is way too powdery on my dry skin, so try it out. It's the Laura Mercier translucent one, but it is years old, so I hope their formula is still just as good. And I realized, oh my gosh, I forgot my cream illuminator, my very favorite thing in my whole world. It's fine though. It's the Cover FX drops. This is the one I've had forever in Moonlight. I have so many of them now, like 3, so many. No, it's just so many because the product, a little goes a long way. You can mix it in with your foundation. You can use them as highlighters, but they don't break me out like the Lumi or the Drunk Elephant or the e.l.f. drops. So I really would recommend, especially with all the sales going on right now, get yourself a Cover FX drop. Since I had gone back and cleaned up the under eyes and everything, I felt like I didn't have enough of that pink pop. So I went back in with a flat eyeliner brush just to add a little bit more to the bottom and top. When it's time for mascara, I make sure that they're all brushed and going the same way. There's no wetness, no dryness, no stickiness, no crunchiness. They just feel like your natural lash, but they're all brushed and combed going in the same direction so that once you apply that mascara tubing on top, it can lock and seal them in place. And they've already been curled earlier, but when I do curl them, I start harder at the base and then softer as I go up the length. When you're applying mascara, make sure to never pump your mascara to get more product. Always twist and wiggle it around. When you pump it, you're pushing air in and you're drying out your tube of mascara. By wiggling, you're getting more product and you're able to apply it more. Sometimes I do get the tubing mascara on my eyelid, and just out of habit, I wipe it off immediately because I'm used to that. With the tubing, you can wait and just flick it off when it's dry so you're not wiping your eyeshadow off. Now, I did forget this day, but usually before I do mascara, I like to set with some sort of a setting spray just to give it all a lock and hold in case I do get mascara on my eyelids. I do have lovely long lashes, I think, and so they do tend to get on my eyelids, and I just wipe it off. I don't know. If you have a quick, cool little hack, let me know. My mom said to use a tissue, but sometimes I just don't feel like getting a tissue. I'll just wipe it off. Here you can see me applying. This is the Essence tubing mascara. You guys saw me do a whole video on it. I would say I'm getting kind of close to the end. I've been using it almost every day since. It works really good. It's so much better than the e.l.f. one in the sense that the bottle doesn't get all yucky and mucky, and the tubing works, and it's so good. But I do think on my longer days, I had a 16-hour day the other day, and my eyelashes by the end kind of felt dry. You know, some mascaras, they don't feel like anything. This is a very very stuck, sturdy mascara. So by the end, my eyes were like, oh, ready to get it off. I just felt like I should tell you that in case you're like a nurse or something and you're having long days every single day. I want you to be warned. It is really nice, but also I'm a very sensitive person, like sensory wise, but also I have sensitive skin. So all these products are pretty sensitive skin safe. Finishing it off with my favorite. These are the Buxom
Plumping
lips.
lip gloss in full on. It's like an orangey peach.
I love these so much. They're so gorgeous. They're plumping. They add a sheen. Seriously, so fabulous. Oh, the very last step to my makeup is to look at it in every single mirror and lighting possible. Hold a mirror above your head. Hold it below. Make sure there's no harsh lines anywhere. Make sure there's no weird spots. Make sure everything's blended. Make sure in every lighting you look normal. Stand in front of a window or a bright light. Go outside because outside lighting is important. Final touches. Make sure there's no excess product. I blend it all out. Favorite is finish with a setting spray. You don't even need powders if you have super dry skin, but I do this for extra coverage, like I said.
Hey, we did it! From this bare face to this fabulous full face of makeup.
I'm actually literally so obsessed.
I love mixing two blushes. I love mixing eyeshadows. It's the same with nail polish. Any type of color theory. Mix colors to create more. Obviously, we've got our primary colors, so you need to have basic knowledge so you're not creating mud and muck. But I think you're smart enough. I think you're going to be able to find great color combinations. Do you like greens? Okay, what color do you think would go good with the green? Pick color combos, and you can even look it up. You can look up, if you have blue eyes, look up blue eye tutorial, a green eye tutorial. I hope this was helpful, at least to see my techniques, how I actually do it, and just my real life application. I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just a human being who's super passionate about makeup. I'm so happy to have you here. I know we talk about hair a lot, so if you were curious, today I did decide to use one of my old hot tools. I curled towards my face, but I did have my hair natural before, so it kind of already had some texture to it. I really love it. I watched Confessions of a Shopaholic and it inspired me. Her hair was really cute, so I kind of tried to give that look.
This is what the makeup looks like outside. Oh, maybe I should face this way, huh?
I love you. If you made it this far, thanks for listening to all my yapping and hanging out. You're the best. Subscribe if you haven't already, and if you like this type, give it a like. I love you. Happy Spooktober with SAV.